Hey, welcome back to Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. This is Al Shalant. We're going to be looking tonight at Max Damage Challenge, considering we have all the new costume stuff with the sub costumes you see here. You equip multiple costumes to characters now, so it should give us a big boost on Max Damage Challenge. And a couple of them will be using the new costumes from Nier for the C ability. And just a couple of them, I think, though. We're just going to go straight down the max damage challenges, see if I can get a better score than I did before. We're on fire. We're trying to beat 361 million. Try to get some top 10 spots back. I'm just going to do them once through. I forget my rotation like perfectly on these, but just see what we can do with it just as a once through. We got Fire Sephiroth here with his 2 LB weapons and his ult, and he only has one other costume right now for subs, but that will give us an extra 7% command stance, so he should hit 7% harder just from that. It's Lucia. She's got her LB weapon to raise fire buff on the party, put enfeeble on the enemy. Then she's gonna lower fire resistance with her offhand. Her ult gives amp. HP gain and haste at the beginning. And for her subs, I just put on her Flame Frost, so it gives fire ability, and then her this one gives some physical and magic power. The support characters, their costumes for subs are kind of lacking right now, since they have less, or the characters that don't have very many costumes. But Zack's costumes are in great shape for this update. I have his Fire Arcanum level 2 on as a main. So that's 45 fire damage there from his main. And then he has another Fire Arcanum, so we get another 15% fire, another 10%. Well, that's physical ability that won't apply. So just another 15% fire, and then this is another 15% fire from his all-element costume. So Zack should be quite a bit stronger, and then Sephiroth will be a little bit stronger, and then Lucia is like a marginal improvement with her subs. Let's see how it goes. I forget exactly how the rotation goes. I know we want to start putting up all the buffs. I want to try to get Sephiroth to use Kukui as soon as he can, so that and his ult as soon as I can, so that it lines up at around 30 seconds left to use his overspeed, which is different than the other characters. I know that we want to put up Lucia's LB twice for high fire buff. We want to hit fire down once. And I know we want to get Zack to hit with his main weapon twice right away to reduce M-Def and raise M-Attack before we start nuking. And then you could apply his exploit after. But doing 2 off of his main hand first will set up Sephiroth to do pretty well after he applies exploit with his ult. So let's see how it goes. Oh, do I have auto on? We'll see. I have to restart right away if it has auto on. Yep. I'm just gonna restart real quick. I think I used to use Lucia's overspeed just at the beginning, just so she could get the buffs and debuffs out quicker. All right, let's retry. That's why I got her in the middle. ult. We got everything up now. Now we just nuke until around 30 seconds. When Sephiroth's next ult charge is ready. And it's going to be the one after this where we're going to use his ult. Pre-Q overspeed into his offhand. Yep, and then just gotta make sure we don't lose any time with him. There you go. One more. And I don't think we'll get a higher score because that was kind of sloppy. Maybe. I forget how hard these summons hit. Nope, got 2 million more points. So with some practice on the rotation again, I'll probably be able to get quite a bit higher. Yeah, we're just gonna do a once through on each, then check to see where I'm at. Yeah, if I could get like 2 more hits off somehow, I can get back in the top 10 there. Right, so where are we looking for on ice? I was at 300. 320 or so would be back in the top 10. So for ice, we're using magic ice. This one might be quite a bit stronger. We're using a new Tifa with AC gloves and exploit with her costume, which should do great. Magic bonus and ice up, and debuffed here with Aerith, which will help us out quite a bit. And Cloud's got his weapon boost and exploit, and his ult for extra ATB and MDef down. So he's want to get the MDef down going quickly. She wants to get the ice down going quickly before we do the ult with Aerith. All right, let's just give it a try. Citric. AC gloves. Start watching out for exploit to fall off. Oh, I didn't reapply Enfeeble. So the 4 tiers stayed up from Aerith's ult. We were trying to beat 300. That's quite a bit higher than 300. Yeah, the fire one with OG Sephiroth takes some practice on the rotation because of his overspeed. So you don't waste any turns with him. You have to babysit him quite a bit. So that was quite a bit higher score on ice. Wow, it took number 2. 500 though for number 1. I can see that since I got this high with just one turn. Awesome. Lightning's next, which is a tricky one too. I definitely don't remember the rotation on this one, but we should be quite a bit stronger on this too. We'll look at the new sub costumes on this one also. Well, let's look at the sub costumes we put on for Magic Ice. So she has Nier on her main, and then I put her all elements AC and her new ice costume in the back. That way she could do exploit with Nier. Aerith I put on the Bahamut Road, then her ATB boost costumes, both of them. For Cloud, he's got his Magic Ice costume in the main, then AC all elements, and then his other Ice Arcanum. So that's how we got quite a lot higher score on ice with all else the same. I didn't really change the builds on these, just added the sub costumes. So here Aerith has a lightning boost costume, lightning potency all allies. In her back I gave the ATB all allies and the Bahamut robes for attack all allies. On Cloud, he's got Dragon Quest. We got level 12 Ramu from yesterday too, which will hit quite a bit harder. Then we got Murasami for more lightning, and then we got AC for all elements. And OG Sephiroth, like I was saying, he only got the 7% command stance. He's basically support during this one. He does the P-Def down, and he does the physical damage bonus with Kukui. Which, after we get P-Def down on the boss, and after we get lightning down with Terra Rod, we'll use her ult to bring it down to 4 tiers. And then he'll be spamming Enfeeble with the Dragon Quest sword, which is great. I won't forget to put it back up. And I'll just have to look for Sephiroth around 30 seconds to redo his ult and redo Kukui. And then I have to look for Fusion Sword to fall off almost towards the end when we do the second when we do the overspeed for the closer for him. But I'm gonna start with overspeed on Aerith again in the middle, just so she could get buffs out quickly. All right, let's give it a shot. I didn't see what score we were trying to beat. Let's exit out and just get a see what our, so I can see if by the time we're going into overspeed if we're close. So we are still number 10 here at 208. And it's pretty close up there. If we could get another 25 million, we'll be up in like the top 5 or so. So just shooting for better than 208. All right, fingers crossed. Starting with Aerith overspeed, gonna apply the debuffs before doing her ult. Just throwing those with Sephiroth. Oh, I forgot to reapply those with him. This is gonna suck. Yeah, I forgot to reapply the damage bonus after his ult. Give this one more shot. Oh, that hit hard. We still beat what we were what we were trying to. So I could come back to this one. We won't redo it. That is quite a bit more than I expected it to be. Those summons are stomping right now. I could come back to lightning later. What I did was I forgot to reapply Kukui. It would have been much higher if I had, because the setup for Sephiroth's OG Sephiroth's ending burst is at 30 seconds. You should be reapplying his ult, then pre-queuing overspeed, then going back into Kukui so you have damage bonus for the last part of the fight, because it'll be falling off around that time too. Now we do Magic Earth. This one's a little tricky if I recall. Also, Yuffie's the main DPS. Gonna have her Earth in her 2-year Earth in the main slot, even though she has the new C ability, because we don't need to apply the Earth weakness with the C ability on it, so it will be in the back here with her other Earth Arcanum. So Earth, Earth, Earth all around. This will bring MDef tier down to the 4 with Vince's costume here, and then we have his attack all allies back here. That one's just ice, so it doesn't matter. But that's for attack all allies, and then another Earth Arcanum in his back. Then for Angeal, he's got his Earth all allies in his main. Then his back doesn't really matter. Like I said, the supports and the tanks, their costume selections for additional damage isn't great. So how are we going to start this one? What we have to do is apply MDef down twice with Vince and Enfeeble. That brings M attack up 2. Might put him in the middle and overspeed with him. He brings Earth down. Exploit all. I'll keep her in the middle for exploit all. Into Earth bonus and do Conformer for full ATB when it's ready. And then death penalty when it's ready for amp. Alright, here we go. And we don't got a Memoria for this, it's just the basic magic one, since the Earth Memorias don't have M attack on them. For the previous ones too, we don't have we don't have a lightning Memoria. We had a magic ice Memoria, we did, and I just use a basic magic for fire too, since the fire Memoria is physical. Alright, where are we? Magic Earth. So here we go. Exploit all. Over to Vince, overspeed, and do the MDef down twice. Then Earth debuff on Angeal, and he could just spam that and Earth up. and then start nuking. Oh, that lag. I'm gonna have to watch for exploit all to fall off. It's a little bit shorter duration. Yep, there it goes. So she has to reapply. She'll reapply at the overspeed too. I don't know how much better this one's gonna do. Ah, Enfeeble fell off. I thought I reapplied it with him. This one will take some practice too. 314. I think we were around 300. I can improve this one. I can improve lightning. I can improve fire. I can improve ice too, but started out pretty good with the ice one. Yeah, I let Enfeeble fall off. Got me back in the single digits at least. On all of them so far except for fire. Now water is another one, OG Seth. Probably the easiest one with him though, since he's the main DPS. So OG Seth, he's gonna do Kukui and his ult, and then do his overspeed when the ult's ready again, just like before. And then just nuke. Don't have another choice for his sub costume. Eight's gonna do Enfeeble, Water Down, and Haste. And his sub costumes aren't really that great. I just tried to give him more buff and debuff extension, really. Even though he's spamming. And then Aerith, she's got her Water Arcanum, Crimson, the Bamboo Rod. I'll switch in her new ult. Yep. That should do a lot better. And then boost attack all allies, and then ATB boost with her sub costumes. Let's give it a go. And then the basic Magic Memoria. So here we go. Alright, now we're off. We got that 4 tiers up. That's going to do us a lot of good here too. Remember that her water's in the offhand. I don't hit the wrong one. Gonna have to remember at the end to reapply Enfeeble. Keep nuking until around 30 seconds. Let's get to the last one. Do it. Ult into overspeed. A shadow disaster. Missed a hit. I think that's better than where we were. I think I was only a little around 220 or so. And her ult just stays up because you keep on reapplying it by spamming the buttons, so you don't even have to do the second charge of it. 260? I think that's an improvement. I think it was around 220 or 214 or something. Now that I remember how to set up OG Sephiroth's final burst a little bit better, we might go back to fire at the end. Oh yeah. That was great. 327, that checks out quite a bit better since I only tried it once. This guy, he did the new physical team. This one is the worst in the game for damage right now. 215's the best. What was I at? Not even top 20? Yeah, 174. So we're going for 174. 190 will get us in the top 10. 200 is doing great. Yeah, wind is in the worst position for damage right now. Although the weapons for Magic Wind are both featured, Sephiroth and Cloud's. So what are we gonna do here? Cloud has his Holiday, and in the subs I put his All Elements and his Attack All Allies, since he doesn't have another Wind costume. Red, he doesn't really have choices, so I just gave the ones that gave any kind of stat at all. This one had more buff and debuff extension. And the pirate costume gives M attack up 10-4. He's giving exploit to Sephiroth, protector blade in the main hand to M def down. And main hand, since it has M attack all allies. Then the offhand, I got his new wind sword for enfeeble and good wind damage. His Metal Gear Solid costume in the main. Then in the back I have his All Elements with boost attack all allies, and his Wind Mastery with buff and debuff extension. So that's it. Starting on Red in the middle, I'm going to overspeed with him. He's got Silver Collar to reduce wind, and then he's got to bring M attack and wind up to extra high. So I'm going to hit that twice first, then the wind down. Just the basic magic Memoria, since we don't have wind yet. Here we go. Overspeed with Red, Brilliant twice over to Seth. Cloud Fusion, then he can do that, and then exploit all. Start nuking. Exploit should be fine as long as I remember to hit it again with his ult. But I have to look for the weapon boost to fall off on Cloud. Looking for MDef down to fall off on the boss. There's the MDEF down falling off, so I'm gonna do protectors again. There goes bonus. Gonna pre-queue everything. Time. I didn't see what the score was. At least he still has overspeed for Odin. I think we did a good job of keeping buffs up that time too. $189. So yep, we were 174. So that's 15 million better. Can probably practice that and get it over 200 for top 10. Yeah, this is the least damage element. Got me to 11th place. So I've almost taken back all of my top 10s. Fire and wind are the ones I need to practice the most. Could also do quite a bit better on lightning and earth, I think, too. Non-element, or weakness none, is going to be really similar to the fire one, except for Zack is going to apply the fire weakness with his Dragon Quest sword for 60 seconds, and then we have to look to reapply it very soon after we do overspeed on Sephiroth. Otherwise, it works the same way, except for he doesn't get exploit this time because he has to apply the weakness. She'll raise fire and do the fire debuff. Zack raises M attack and M def, so I'm gonna overspeed on both of them to get the buffs up quick, I think, in the start. And he's going to start with Kukui into his ult and then start nuking. Maybe not on Zack. Yeah, because he's got all that fire. Going to see, it'd be nice to have it for the ult, or for the summon combo. Basic magic memory again. Let's give it a try. Just keep nuking. Keep nuking until around 30 seconds. Alright, this is gonna be the last one. Then go into his ult, then overspeed. Then Shadow Disaster. Reapply fire weakness. Oh, I missed some attacks on him. Shit. Could have been better. I was off of Sephiroth for too long. I probably missed a hit with him. You have to really babysit him with his overspeed, since his attacks only take 1 ATB. He could do him back to back to back to back. 431, I think that's better than we had. I don't think I was over 400. No, it wasn't an improvement. What did I have? Oh, it was right on the edge. Damn. Try fire one more time, see if we could do better than 363. Yeah, non-element does more damage than fire because of adding the weakness. So the non-element one is already weak to everything, but then when you add the fire weakness, it does even more damage. All right, go back to the fire group. Let's give this one more try, and that'll be it for tonight. Lucia's gonna start. Alright, off to the races. Nuke, nuke, nuke. Use the ults and everything. You want to try to wait until Lucia's, for Lucia's ult with the amp until all the buffs and debuffs are applied, pretty much. Use Sephiroth as soon as possible so it lines up with the end of the fight, and then just use his axe whenever he gets everything up. This is going to be the last one before applying the ult again and going into the burst. Switch off him quickly. There we go. There we go, didn't miss it that time. One more, one more, one more. Nah, too slow. Oh, 343. Don't think that is good for increase. We're at 360, weren't we? Yeah, this one's gonna take some practice. But doing this on VOD, just I hope this helps people with showing how I approach these. With using OG Sephiroth, the approach is pretty much the same, with trying to get his ult out as soon as possible. That way, by the time it's ready again, it lines up for reapplying his buffs, and then doing the final burst. And yeah, the new Aerith ult and the sub costumes are doing a whole lot for us. So I got back into the top 10, except for fire and wind. I could work on those over the weekend. Sub costumes also let us increase our combat power quite a bit too. I got this fake combat power team where I just try to manipulate the number as much as I can. And Glenn and Angela are great for that because they have Arcanums as tanks, and HP on tanks is very, very good for the combat power. Combat power is pretty much based off of element, HP, and the main stat. Ability potency doesn't really count for combat power. So adding the subs like this had HP and P attack on it. This one had HP on it, so it added more for him. Same with these ones, with their Arcanums and the, you know, and then just more lightning element for Cloud, plus the level 12 Ramu. Worked out great. I was at like 3.9 and it brought me up to 4.1. like 200,000 more. The Memoria for combat power just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't even have a Earth character, but this one says it's the most combat power. Oh well. But yeah, that's it. That was going over max damage challenge. Got some scores updated. Gonna practice the rest of them. Hope going through each of those once to show pretty much how I approach those will help you out. And yeah, you could go ahead and get a lot better scores now with the sub costumes if you have them. The I win collectibles for this are very strong. The champion belt for getting over 77.77 million on each of them, which shouldn't be very difficult on some of the elements now, I don't think, since we're getting like 3, 4, 500 million now as whales. It's only like 20% of our output. But yeah, take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.